Forever and always, I'm always here. Hi, everyone. I want to welcome you back to a very, very special episode of Forever and Always, a podcast about Baywatch for Baywatch fans, by a Baywatch fan, me, Tom Boatwater. I don't even know how to begin. I want to say, first off, I'm very, very sorry for the long hiatus that we've experienced. I know since the very early days of this podcast, and many of you longtime listeners will certainly remember this, is that I've always subscribed to the tenet that consistency is key. And in that regard, I have failed. I received an F on that assignment, much like coming to mind the many theses I've submitted to my parents over the years. Again, regarding the moral tenets and kind of the beats of Baywatch and Baywatch Nights. Also receiving D's or F's and essentially non-passing grades. And I think you understand where I'm going with that. Yes. So there have been many ups and downs and all arounds and here's and there's and whatnots the last few months. I've had multiple changes of residence, including one stay in a medical facility, but fear not, I'm feeling okay at the moment, and there's nothing to worry about with regards to that. It's water under the pier as far as I'm concerned. And we'll dive into this in much more detail later. Much later on. This is more of just a hello and a welcome back and hi to all my anchors and friends. I've gotten many postcards and letters and a few poster boards with some collages and things of this, some well-wishers. And I can't describe to you how much that buoyed my spirits during this period when there's nothing I wanted more than to be in the studio here, this makeshift studio, pouring over, Baywatch scripts and screenplays and, things of this nature to get prepared and to better serve the audience and hopefully in a broader sense, the world as a whole when it comes to this Baywatch stuff. But as I said, unfortunately, we just haven't been able to do that. It's essentially like being out on the, on a lovely, a sailboat in the ocean, and then you have a storm and you get shipwrecked and you're unable to get home and do the things that you need to do. That's how I've definitely been feeling the last few months. And it is wonderful to have washed ashore, as they say, back to civilization. And I have many fun things coming up, and I have many ideas. I know where we left off last, I was having trouble procuring the videotapes of Baywatch or DVDs or whatnot, since my previous copies had been inelegantly destroyed, I guess you could say, or the wear and tear of hundreds and perhaps thousands of viewings has taken its toll on the collection, obviously. But I have another bit of good news on that front. While I still do not have the audio versions of these, the video versions, I have procured from a message board that I'm a member of, the audio of the entire first season of Baywatch. So I've been listening to these over and over. When I did not have access to a VCR or even the library, I had a old tape player that that I found in one of the rooms of of my previous residence, the church. And I've been listening to these episodes on audio, and it's been a quite fantastic journey. When one sense of the body closes, another one opens and is more enhanced. So I do feel like I've gotten a lot out of just the audio only. Although I would love to see, Mitch and the gang diving into the water. Sometimes the imagination, the imaginarium, I guess they say, of the mind is just as powerful, I'd say. So that is great news, and we're definitely going to be diving right back in. I have a few things here and there to take care of course, as you can understand. But in in the near term, again, I've got this audio set up and I've got this video set up, and I've been really diving back in because just like you, much like you, when a person doesn't have the tools they need to do their job, it's very difficult to find the motivation and try to power through. So now that I have the audio and I have my little setup here, and I think for at least the moment, and you know how things can change in a jiffy, I have the space that I can use, and much like Mitch, I travel light. If Mitch needs something, if he needs to get on the go, and maybe an adjoining beach needs a rescue, or a master lifeguard to kind of train some people, Mitch is ready to go. He gets up in his truck and he's out the door. 5 minutes notice. Let Hobie do whatever. He'll be fine. And I feel the same way. I've had, again, multiple housing changes, if you would describe them, over the last few months, and I've really learned to travel light, both by necessity and I don't really have anything to move. I have my trusty sweater and my hat to keep the sun off of me, and of course my glasses, which without I could not see, which again, is another silver lining of just finding that audio. It's if I lose my glasses, I can still enjoy the show. I've learned to do that. It's been really great. But those are my tools, and that's what I need. And again, Mitch, he only needs a few things too. He needs his obviously his lifeguard uniform, both formal and casual, and he needs his truck and probably the jet ski and the rescue kayak, and what else? Maybe a snorkel and some goggles, of course, and perhaps some flippers, things of this nature, a whistle. Binoculars for sure. So maybe he's not traveling as quite as light as me, but that's to be expected from a real professional like that. So let's not. I don't want to be misunderstood here. I'm not casting aspersions on Mitch whatsoever, and you true fans will know that. But in the meantime, I have a little bit more fiddle-faddling to do around here to get everything set up the way I'd like it, and in a way that best presents the information to you. And I do have a quick sneak peek of the next episode, though. Throughout this turmoil and strife, I did come into a modest sum of money due to some legalities that, again, I don't even know if I can get into, but if we do get into, I'll do that at a much later time. But as a little reward to myself, I spent a very significant portion of this money to bring something to you, my faithful anchors in the audience. And I'm going to show off one of these right here. And this is something we're definitely going to dig into next episode. So I hope everybody's going to be very excited for this. I'll show you now. I hope that's picking up on the camera. But that, everyone, is 9. It's Baywatch, obviously. You see the Baywatch here, of course. But inside of this package is 9 gold foil stamped cards. Now, these are collectible cards, and I ran into a gentleman at the Decatur swap meet that I frequent, and I just happened to see these on the table there, and I was able to negotiate what I think is a really good price on these, and I said I have to have these for my audience as sort of a sign of togetherness once more. And so we're all going to gather around and open these up together. So I'm excited for that, and I hope you are, and we'll get to that next episode. And I'm a little crunched for time here, but again, I'm thrilled to be back. I'm over that sandcastle moon, and I'm always here.